For some, the peacefulness and beauty of life along the waterfront is more than just a desire or a want. It's the heart of a lifelong vision, held so long and so dearly that it has become a part of their very nature. If the dream of life along the water has become a part of you that you just can't let go, then Harbour Pointe was designed for you with that dream in mind. Because waterfront living on the bay, river, creek, and lake is the single most important part of our nature. Harbour Pointe is an environmentally designed residential community developed by Delmarva Properties. It resides at the mouth of the Potomac, where the river flows into the Chesapeake Bay on Virginia's historic northern neck. It is nestled among four bodies of water: the Chesapeake Bay, the Potomac, Hack Creek, and Black's Lake. Harbour Pointe has been carefully planned to be in tune with its environment. Residents will live in the midst of what will remain an untroubled retreat for both the wonders of nature and the peacefulness of the community. Among your neighbors will be the water, the ever-changing parade of birds and wildlife, a forest of towering hardwoods, and longtime resident, the irrepressible Dr. G. Watson James.
I've been living here on this property for about 25 years. Discovered it almost by accident. It was the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. The water that surrounds the land keeps the land alive, and the land keeps the water alive. An interaction between these two moieties of our environment make this place just vibrant. It make it a wonderful place to live, to breathe, sleep, to eat, to drink, and do all the things we enjoy. But most of all, we enjoy just being here, just in the environment. Good dog. That's right. And that's what makes it such a marvelous place to be or to be able to come to. It'd really be wonderful to be here all the time.
Bay, river, creek, lake. The harmony between land and water. These are what make Harbour Pointe one of the most unique and beautiful waterfront communities anywhere on the East Coast. They're also what attracted the earliest American settlers to the Chesapeake Bay and the Harbour Pointe area. Since 1608, when Captain John Smith and his crew became the first English colonists to explore these waters at the mouth of the Potomac, the Chesapeake Bay has been the crossroads for many scenes in American history. The Northern Neck, that peninsula between the Rappahannock and Potomac rivers, is the ancestral home of several famous families from the annals of our country's past, including the Washingtons, Carters, and Lees. Though the area is steeped in history, life at Harbour Pointe is special and sublime for what it has to offer you today. Residents will share in the charm and simple fun that are traditions of the small coastal Virginia towns on the Northern Neck. Parades down Main Street, crab pickings, oyster roasts, antiquing, shopping, good neighbors, and a relaxing pace are all a part of Harbour Pointe's local ways. The Northern Neck is a haven for activity. Nearby Harbour Pointe are local marinas for excellent boating and sailing. There are several public and private golf courses and tennis facilities. Fresh seafood and local Virginia wines make dining out and cooking a delicious pastime. The outdoor life is enhanced by the Northern Neck's moderate weather, averaging 78 degrees in July and 41 degrees in January. Quality medical services are also available nearby to Harbour Pointe, at Rappahannock General Hospital in Kilmarnock, plus several other medical clinics throughout the area. The life at Harbour Pointe is as large as the great outdoors. Yet it represents a waterfront lifestyle that is becoming increasingly difficult to find along the banks of the Chesapeake Bay. Only 68 prime lots are available at Harbour Pointe. These are large private home sites from 3/4 to 2 acres in size. Lots may face either the vast vista of the bay and the Potomac, pristine Hack Creek, or Black's Lake. Lovely wooded parcels are just a short walk from the water, and all lots have access to the bay, a private sand beach, and a boat ramp. Harbour Pointe is a development of Delmarva Properties, a wholly owned subsidiary of Chesapeake Corporation, a Virginia-based Fortune 500 company. Since 1983, Delmarva has earned a reputation for quality residential developments, tailoring each property to meet the environmental needs of the land and the lifestyles of the homeowners. Like all of Delmarva's properties, Harbour Pointe complies with all state and federal site and building requirements and will be developed in accordance with safeguards for your investment, such as architectural and environmental guidelines. Aubrey Hall, Sales Manager for Delmarva Properties.
Harbour Pointe is an environmentally designed waterfront community. We're going to protect this. We have anticipated all of the state and federal regulations. We're writing our own regulations that will require setbacks, for instance, at least 100 feet from the water's edge. We will require that the vegetation remain natural. Here on Black's Lake, there will never be any gasoline engines. And all this will go to protect this wonderful retreat here on the shores of the Chesapeake Bay for generations to come.
Someone is fortunate enough to be able to come to this area, Harbour Pointe. There's a whole new life waiting for them here. If they've never experienced the quietness, the beauty, the solitude, and the wonderful environment that's present almost all the time. I can't think of a more wonderful place to come. It's not for a lot of hoopla. It's for someone who really wants to spend some time enjoying the world as it ought to be, rather than as it is.
Bay, river, creek, lake. If it's in your nature to dream of life on the water, then visit Harbour Pointe, where waterfront living is in our nature.